My fiancée told me she was working late. An hour later, one of her coworkers accidentally posted a group photo online. And there she was, sitting right on her boss's lap, laughing like she belonged there. I didn't yell. I didn't panic. I simply saved the photo. That night, I forwarded it straight to HR. What happened next? Legendary. It started with a text from Megan, my fiancée, at 7:15 p.m. on a Tuesday. Hey babe, going to be super late tonight. We're all hands on deck for the quarterly deadline. Don't wait up for me. I was on the couch reading a book. I texted back casually. No problem. Work hard. But about 90 minutes later, I was scrolling through Instagram when I saw it. Not on Megan's account, of course. It was on the feed of a junior guy in her department, Kevin, the type who overshared everything. He had posted a blurry group shot of 10 people squeezed into a booth at a trendy bar. The caption read, "Deadline crushed. Team celebration." And right there, front and center, was Megan. Cocktail in hand, laughing, sitting directly on the lap of her boss, Alex, a senior manager. His arm wrapped around her waist. His hand resting just a little too high. Too familiar. Too comfortable. I stared at the photo for a full minute. No racing heartbeat. No stomach drop. Just a calm certainty. The kind of calm you feel when months of suspicion finally get confirmed by one perfect piece of evidence. I didn't throw my phone. I didn't scream. I simply saved the photo, first to my camera roll, then to my secure cloud, then to an encrypted hard drive. In my world, you always protect your evidence. Megan thought she was at a casual team celebration. She had no idea she had just become the subject of a new internal investigation, led by me. Let me make one thing clear. I'm not weak. I'm not a pushover. I'm the senior director of corporate compliance at a Fortune 500 company. My job may sound boring, but it's built on one principle. Rules exist for a reason. I write the code of conduct. I investigate violations. And I recommend terminations for those who think the rules don't apply to them. My life is built on structure, consequences, integrity. Megan and I met at a company mixer 2 years ago. Same company, different divisions. She was in marketing, flashy, chaotic. I was in compliance, the department people whisper about. She was fire. I was order. I thought I could fix her, guide her, be her stability. But she didn't want to be guided. She just wanted a sponsor. And while I never merged our finances or put her name on my house, I still gave her a safe, stable life. I thought I was helping her grow. Instead, I had just built a launch pad for her lies. That photo wasn't just personal betrayal. It was professional. She wasn't just unfaithful to me. She was a subordinate engaging in a very public display of misconduct with her boss. A direct violation of multiple sections of our company's code of conduct. A code I had personally written. She thought she was just cheating on her fiancé. She didn't realize she was cheating on the man who literally held her professional future in his hands. So that night, I opened a new encrypted file, case file M. Jenkins/A. Vance. I drafted an anonymous ethics complaint. Precise. Surgical. A masterpiece. I cited the policies: fraternization, conflict of interest, unprofessional conduct, misuse of company resources. I attached the photo as Exhibit A, and I sent it to the head of HR. The investigation had officially begun, and the suspects had no idea. The next morning, Megan came home around 2 a.m., reeking of alcohol and cheap perfume. She tiptoed into bed, thinking I was asleep. I wasn't. By sunrise, she was hungover but cheerful. Oh my God, last night was insane. We were at the office until midnight. Alex is such a slave driver. I just smiled and said, "Sounds tough. Make sure he buys you lunch for all that overtime." That was my strategy. Act normal.
Calm.
Invisible. Let her keep making mistakes. I knew HR would pull records, audit emails, track expenses, review travel logs. And I knew they'd find what I had already seen. Late-night Uber rides. Romantic dinners expensed as team lunches. Even messages on her laptop that would make a sailor blush. That weekend, while Megan was out, I accessed her personal laptop. No password. 10 minutes later, I had everything. Flirty chat logs, promises of promotions in exchange for loyalty, photos of them looking far too close at company events. I compiled it all into a second dossier, sent it from a different anonymous email to HR. The trap was set. By Tuesday, Megan came home pale. The weirdest thing happened today. HR called Alex and me in separately. They asked all these questions. Alex thinks someone's trying to get him in trouble, but we told him it was all professional. No big deal. I nodded. I'm sure it's nothing. She didn't realize she had just confessed her own career suicide. Over the next week, Megan and Alex made the fatal error of corporate investigations. They lied. And their stories locked them in place. Meanwhile, I sent one final anonymous tip, pointing HR directly to suspicious expense reports, hotel stays, and false team dinners. Now, it wasn't just misconduct. It was fraud. Megan grew anxious, snappy, distracted, complaining to me about the stress. I smiled and said, "As long as you're honest, you'll be fine." That's what I always say in compliance training. The look on her face was priceless. Friday afternoon, the hammer dropped. An email went out. Effective immediately, Alex Vance is no longer with the company. We wish him the best in his future endeavors. Corporate speak for, fired for cause. When Megan came home, she carried a box of her desk items. Her face pale, eyes red. She whispered, "They fired Alex. They suspended me without pay. They showed me everything, the photo, the chats, the expenses." Then, I slid the printed photo of her on Alex's lap onto the table. Her eyes widened in horror. "It was you," she whispered. "The complaint, it was you." I didn't respond, just sipped my drink. Her tears came fast. "Why? Why would you do this to me?" I looked at her, calm as ever. "You didn't just cheat on me. You violated corporate policy. You engaged in an inappropriate relationship with your boss. You defrauded the company. And when questioned, you lied. I did exactly what I was trained to do. I reported it." She sobbed. "You destroyed my life over a rulebook." I shook my head. "No, Megan. You destroyed your life because you thought there were no rules. But my personal life and professional life follow the same code. You broke them both. And this is just the system correcting itself." I stood, opened the door. "Your job is gone. Our engagement is over. Your place in this house is over. There's a suitcase packed by the door. The rest will be shipped to your parents' house." She cried. "Where am I supposed to go?" "That's outside the scope of my department," I said. "Goodbye, Megan. It's been a month. Alex is blacklisted in the industry. Megan is unemployed, broke, and living with her parents. Her career finished. My revenge wasn't loud. It wasn't violent. It was compliance." She thought she was playing a game. She forgot one thing. I wrote the rulebook.